Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hello. Hey, Generic, hey, Canon, welcome in. We are here, we are back. We are reversing. God damn, this game is always so loud when I'm streaming. Because when I'm playing like on my own, I'm basically playing without audio. I'm like just quickly doing dailies on my phone or just watching something on the other monitor. So having actually audio is always like so bloody loud, but it's good on stream usually. Where can you stream 10 hours earlier? I need to sleep right now. Thank you. Good night, man. I don't know. I guess you need to watch a Pyro night or something. In that case, 10 hours would be. What time would it be? 10. That's like straight up morning. It's like 10 a.m. Bro. Okay. What's up? What did you posted so much? You said so much before the stream even started. I know I'm a little bit late. Shut up. White Rams travel logo, hell nah. Big thumbnail, thank you. The Anecdote format is so short, we either get a shorter stream or do a character story with it. Oh damn, is it actually that much short? Crazy. White Ram Travelog feeling like it has a higher budget than correct Anecdote? Oh hell nah. What is going on? What does that even mean? I could make one, but my appreciation for the door is like plateaued. I don't even wanna read it.
Straight to the point.
If it's not 100%, it's 90. It's 50-50.
Liberata dal fratello.
Let's quickly get rid of the bald lady again. I love that Ezio can just glitch the fuck out of her and destroy her. Do I have anything left in the shop? I still have some stuff in the shop. Okay, cool. Oh, by the way, I flippin' caved in and I bought the other camera as well and the better battle pass. So
I've got you some very horrible movies. And so you come now.
Oui,
Bro,
je m'en souviens maintenant.
bro,
Dans
what
le
the...
bureau du grand.
Here we go, gathering mulberry leaves.
So my Tooth Fairy is the highest, my Tooth Fairy is the highest portrait character at P3. I mean, she has photomancy, so it's worth it. And I am playing the Plant Promptu right now. But it's crazy that I went from not having Tooth Fairy to having P3 Tooth Fairy. Because I got a P1 from the Snow of Dusho or whatever. I got P1 from here. And then I got the like free camera. And then I got the Battle Pass camera. So yeah. I have P3 Druvies from just losing 50-50s. I have, from losing 50-50s, I think I only have Marcus. Yeah, straight up, Marcus
Please
P1.
watch your step. Books are everywhere.
Anybody else? I don't think, I'm guys, I'm not losing 50-50s. I'm built different. But okay. Oh, you didn't farm a thing? Oh, you poor soul. Okay, so we did Spring Gun ending whenever it started, of course, but we have Chang's story and we have a Paper Heron story. We have 2 weeks for that, so I'm thinking next week we're gonna do Paper Heron and Chang. And for now, Getian. I will never know this man's name. Getian's Anecdote, a song once heard, is ending in a day. So let's finally do it. I was told that I don't need to know Notes on Shuori, so I don't know Notes on Shuori. I have not played that event. Unfortunately, we will get to the rest of the events like Notes on Shuori, like Uluru Games, and what else? I'm forgetting one. Remet Cup. Remet Cup. Everybody forgets about the Remet Cup. Eden Pre-Storm Protocol. Yes, but yeah, I didn't really read the story. I just played like 2 or 3 times to get read. And I don't think I finished the story of the Pre-Storm Protocol. Straight up, if there is a story, I do not know it. I straight up don't. It is what it is. YouTube is testing new ad types on me. I got half screen ad. Oh, it should have been there since like the start of 2026, I think. Like February, something like that. We did Music Arcade. Oh my god, Syndrome of Silence still exists. I've been doing mains and stuff like that, reveries. Reveries themselves, yeah, the new one, not really Tides of Thought. I got like 1600 or something. And I didn't really care to go more. But okay, without any further ado, I think like 8 minutes of yapping is a small amount for me anyway, so let's go. Get fucking hell. I will never fucking get this man's name right. Oh my god. Getian's Anecdote. Let's go. Let me just post one thing only and we gonna move on. Okay. Let's go. Anecdote. A song once heard. Enter. A story told by candlelight. Oh man. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan. The only Anecdote I actually played was Moldir. And I don't think the Anecdote was bad, but I feel like this storytelling without the characters, without the light novel part, is not good. I do not like it. I do not like it. I remember, because I did some others, like Matilda and Necrologist. I did them without reading the story, just to get the rewards, but to not like get spoiled on stuff. No one likes the new format. Okay, nice. 2 endings again. Oh my god, we gotta have to look up the answers for that. Maybe Lord of Chaos uploaded them. Shout out. So again, I don't think the story was bad in any way for Moldir. It was actually pretty cool to like get to know what she is doing during chapter like 10, 11, whatever, 12, not 10. Yeah, this is a no-no, absolutely. Oh, it's really easy to get different endings. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I wanted to say something else and I forgot. Maybe it will come back to me. Anyway, story told by candlelight. Again, I do not know Getian and I do not know his story. I do not know what this is gonna be about. I do not know these characters, so this is gonna be interesting. For those who master the art of music, humanity has no shortage of praise. One especially exaggerated claim goes as follows. When the most skillful musician performs, even phoenixes will land gracefully upon his shoulder. Let me like warm up. I'm gonna get better at reading, I swear. Even phoenixes will land gracefully upon his shoulder. Fragments of quiet conversation are swallowed by the darkness. Fortunately, there is still a single candle. Light the candle. Oh. I'm not covering anything, at least for now. Under its dim glow, the storyteller's face slowly comes into view. In every way, he's an ordinary young man. The flickering flames reflect in his eyes. I could move myself to the left, right? But then I gotta do this, and do this, and do boom, and do boom. Okay, cool. Let's say this is fine. Live editing, ladies and gentlemen. I need to, this thing is actually really easy to get different endings. All you need to know is that this takes place 700 AD. What? You can read your bones? This is not important to the story. Okay, what the fuck? Under its dim glow, the storyteller's face slowly comes into view. In every way, he is an ordinary young man, the flickering flames reflected in his eyes. There are far too many humans like him in this world. Ayo. You actually go to bed now. Good night, Echo. Good night. Thanks for dropping by. Ayo, like the live stream. Subscribe for more. Some grow accustomed to lies, others hold loyalty as their creed. At times they prize their own lives above all else. At others they sacrifice them for reasons unknown to anyone. So he can see how you sit on the toilet and say, yeah, this man is a simp. That is so oddly specific. If this happens, I'm gonna lose my shit. If this happens in Notes and Shuri. Truly inscrutable. What the fuck is that word? Inscrutable. Secretive. Okay, mysterious.
Inscrutable.
Mysterious. Once upon a time, there was an incredibly gifted Genshin player. One spring he sat alone beneath a parasol tree and played a newly composed piece. Okay, what is Genshin? It's a Genshin player. Oh, it's like that Asian guitar thingy. Okay. It's like this fucking thing. I need to read bones to see someone volunteering as Arcana's toilet. Crazy line. It was his life's proudest work, only it lacked a proper ending. The listener seemed unimpressed. Noticing this, the musician clears his throat and unconsciously drops a hand to his side. A moment later, as if touching something reassuring, he speaks again. When the piece ended, the Getian player looked up and saw a bird-like immortal with a human head standing before him. What? Why do you stop playing? He asked. The Getian player replied, "This is as much as I've written. I'm not sure how to continue." "Then allow me to complete it," the immortal said, "and together we shall create an unrivaled score, the likes of which the world has never seen." The candlelight is too dim to reveal the listener's face, but the musician does see a finger idly tracing circles on the tabletop. Circles? Launa! Oh! I'm dead. Oh my god, I sent that video on Discord. I watched that one video, like summarizing the entire like second arc from like chapter 5 to 7. Jesus, what a goated video. I didn't know half of those things, and I missed the other half, and I forgot the third half. How are there 3 halves? Do not ask me. Another cliché story, another tale of a frustrated human yearning for the unreachable, hoping for the day an immortal might lower their gaze upon them. How laughable, how dull. I can prove it to you. Perhaps this time will be different. A faint rustling sound. He places something from his side onto the table and slowly pushes it to the candlelight. It is a Genshin. An 8 Getian covered in fine cracks. Lacquer is old, but under the light it holds a shine that can only come from years spent in careful hands. Its strings tremble faintly, as if an unfinished melody still breathes within them. Another treehouse because Half-Life 3 is coming out. Trust, yes, definitely. 2027, Half-Life 3. You heard it first here. The musician then slides over a small knife. The listener accepts it absent-mindedly, turning it over in his hand. A rather fine Getian maker's knife with a plain, sharp blade. Try cutting the strings. The listener taps the top of the table with the knife handle in response. He extends his hand. The blade pauses on the strings. A flick, then a slash. Cut the strings. Oh. Okay. Utterly unexpected. A soft gasp leaves his lips as he leans in for a closer look. The strings are no ordinary black silk. Their hue is a pale blue-grey with a texture resembling feathers. These shine with a faint silvery light in the candle's glow. The immortal and the Getian player became fast friends. Admiring his new companion's talent, the immortal stayed in the human world. Using his arcane skill, he altered the bones of the Getian player along with his fate. From then on, the Getian player life flowed as smoothly as a stream, and his name spread far and wide. He altered the bones of the Genshin player? What the fuck? Okay, Diver Down, is that a JoJo's reference? Altering one's fate through the changing of bones, the listener straightens up. He has heard such outlandish rumors before. Perhaps there is some truth behind them after all. Here, before your very eyes, are strings fashioned from the feathers of the immortal. The listener waves for him to continue. A divine bird descended from a mountain, a gifted human, a reshaping of destiny. It's a good story. This musician might just be the one he's been looking for, but is he good enough? Can his talent capture the attention of a divine bird? Under his audience's curious scrutiny, the musician takes a deep breath. This is not the first time he has told the legend of the Mimeng, and it will likely not be the last. The Getian player in that story was my ancestor. Ooh, the plot thickens. By the way, 2018. Part 2, like old friends. A narrow mountain path. An hour later, basically. The rain does not stop until nightfall. The dark clouds disperse and the moon makes it quiet ascent. In its light, a single drop of dew slides down a slender leaf, inching its way towards the tip. Inching. This is the place. The Mimeng draws... Getian, by the way. The Mimeng draws in his wings and lands in a clearing halfway up the mountain. Last year's fallen leaves are soaked with dew. The new grass beneath yet to grow in. It is as soft as a blanket. Cross the path and the shabby hut is right ahead. Shabby hut is a plain, low, thatched hut with a few slabs of bluestone weighing down on the ridges on its roof. It belongs to one of Getian's kin who descended the mountain before the two ever met, never to return. Now it has been made the home of a human musician who wandered into the mountain by chance. It's a good story. With a lift of his wings, his bone staff floats lightly into the air and taps at the door. A shabby mountain hut. Above the last pitiful dregs of firewood, the musician sprinkles the crushed tea leaves into water drawn from a mountain stream. Uncle Iroh? Even though the water only boiled once, the flame in the small clay stove slowly dims. He sighs and places down a pair of ceramic cups he fished out from some corner. They are charmingly antique, not of recent make. He fills them with the tea. A cup is pushed toward the visitor. Thank you. The Mimeng does not drink tea. It still extends a wing to pull the cup closer. On a chilly spring night, the touch of warm water has a way of settling the heart. The aroma of this tea seems different from before. The musician moves the tea set aside and sits down across from Getian. Though you live in the mountains, you seem far more familiar with the lands below than I would expect. I got the choices. I guess let's pick the first one, always first, or something like that. Take little interest in what goes on down below. I haven't indeed heard a thing or two. Okay, I have no fucking idea what's going on. Getian takes a cautious sniff of tea before nudging it away. I take little interest in what goes down below, but my kin left behind many records, thus I have some small knowledge. With your decision you've grown more confused. Awesome. The Mimeng shakes his head and changes the subject. Has your instrument been repaired? Following his gaze, the musician looks to the plain Getian at the side and gently presses a hand against the strings. Also, since we are here, I'm assuming Mimeng is what Getian is, but I kinda wanna know. Mimeng. Legendary Chinese bird. Okay. A hygiene. Bluebird with a red tail. Living in the north. Okay. Cool. Yeah, type of bird. Is Getian blue? Getian is not blue. Artistic choices, I guess. Following his gaze, the musician looks to the plain Getian at the side and gently presses a hand against the strings. There are no materials in the mountains, it will have to wait. A lamentable shame. I had hoped to play something for you. Pay it no mind. Your bones have healed well. I dare say your departure from this mountain is approaching. Getian's feathers have a blue-green tint. Oh, okay. I don't know why, in my mind, bro has like just yellow-brown wings. Maybe I misremember. Again, I don't have him, I never played his story. I've seen this man like twice in my life. Your bones healed well, you might be able to go down the mountain. Yes. He stares absently at the wavering candlelight. In the silence, the lone wick flickers and crackles. A faint sound startles the musician, returning him from his momentary stupor. He immediately smiles and turns towards Getian. I've been paused for too long. Should I stay any longer, I fear I would be overstepping. The mountains are pleasant, but they are not where I belong. When I arrived, the river was still frozen, but spring has likely arrived in the lands below by now, and the flowers along the Paline River should be in bloom. If I leave now and catch the east wind along the river, I might still make it before summer. Perhaps even in time to ask a woodcutter for a fine piece of parasol wood. Parasol? Umbrella? The plot thickens. The lore is there. It's an equilibrium wood. And what of your search for the legendary score? Will it continue? Musician shakes his head. This candlelight is far too dim. Would you mind brightening it a little? Brighten the candle. That's better, thank you. He glances at the candle, quickly looks away, and then smiles once more at the Mimeng. The score. Ah, yes, that was why I came into the mountains. Hey yo. Pause. Gunning to inanimate objects. Generic. Oh my god, okay, never mind. The day you saved me, I watched the sky grow darker and darker, heard the howling of the wolves surround me. With a broken leg and my instrument clutched in my hand, all I could do was sit beneath a tree. Even then, my thoughts were fixed on that legendary score. Even if the wolves come to tear me apart, I hope they would spare my hands so that I might at least continue to play. Oh, how I wished for an immortal to descend from the heavens at that time, like your kin who once gifted my ancestor that score. If Reverse Devs didn't want me going to Sputnik, they wouldn't have made her so... yes, so curvy. Immortal. To humans, the Mimeng might as well be immortals. Arcanes with human faces and bird bodies. They dwell deep in the mountain no ordinary mortal can reach, blessed with long lives. Yet what truly awes and tempts in their ability to alter one's bones is their ability to alter one's bones and with it one's fate. How does altering my bones change my fate? Is it because like you can read, you know, like fortune telling from bones? Or can you like literally make me hella stronger, faster or something? There is no need to name us as such. Mimengs are no different from humans. We too will one day fade away. But to me this truly is a blessing of an immortal. In the candlelight the musician spreads his hands. His fingertips and palms are thick with calluses. Though I never found the score, these hands were spared. That alone is thanks to you. The Mimeng, given an uneasy shake of his feathers, gives. Fine, call it what you will. The musician smiles at Getian. But now that I think of it, after searching for you for so long, the score is probably not in the mountains, or perhaps I'm simply not destined to find it. Such things can't be forced. He then can alter your bones. Can he be like, I cast bone melt? You are now an invertebrate. Oh my fucking god. Oh. Wait, is my chat showing normally above me or not? Because I honestly didn't see anything. Let me refresh it. Oh no, it is working. Okay. Never mind. It reloaded all the messages, so it's gonna go away in a second. Chat is normal. Yeah, maybe I'm so invested in the story I didn't notice. No, I mean I'm curious where this is going, right? What is happening here exactly? Now that I think of it, after searching for so long, the score is probably not in the mountains, or perhaps I'm simply not destined to find it. Such things cannot be forced. Besides, I have already met an immortal on this journey, just as my ancestors once did. When I return and compose a new piece, who knows? It might be even greater than that one. Wow, Getian just fucking sits there silently for his entire story. The Mimeng thinks in silence, his talons lightly tapping the ground. You have made up your mind, so be it. But the path is dangerous at night. Come dawn, I will see you down the mountain. However, there is still one place amidst those peaks that may hold clues about the score. Since you will leave tomorrow, perhaps you might come tonight and see for yourself. Getian asking his guest to come tonight. Oh my god, echoes from the mountains! Oh, it's here, okay. Oh my god. I saw so many people showing me like, hey yo, they added echoes in the mountain back into the game. This is where Samuel gets infected, exactly. Oh my god. So stupid. Oh my god. Okay, echoes, what the fuck? Perhaps some tremors still linger in the mountain, enough to gather into a melody. Short tune fragments remain in the score left in the mountain. 10 points to unlock fragments. Every note is worth different number of points. Fill the fragment with notes. The fragments unlock when you accumulate the required number of points. And also fill the fragments unlock the short tune melody. What? Okay, 3. And 5 again. Oh, I'm blind. Guys, I'm not good at maths. You saw me play chapter 5. We were so cooked. La, mi, sol. Okay, cool. Is that the mini game in this one? It's not some, you know, Agario bubbles or something. Sure. Wait, was that it? Was that the entire echoes from the mountain? Shut the fuck up. That's the entire level? What the fuck? I guess footsteps in the snow now. Narrow mountain path, 2219. On this early spring night in which the ice and snow have already melted, but new greenery has yet to grow, it is quiet and lonely. The musician carries his Getian on his back, following Getian along the mountain path towards the temple. From afar, they look like two springs of duckweed drifting in a boundless sea. Farming stick for mineral insect books is called Mountain Echoes. Is it? Fuck, I'm tempted to check. What the fuck? Man. Everything is connected in this bloody game. It's like fucking Attack on Titan fucking level of storytelling. And everything is fucking connected. I also realized that the words with definitions are colored in orange. Everything is colored in orange. I already made up with the fact that everything is fucking orange. My cursor is orange, like... The temple. Records of the Mimeng's clan history since their arrival in the Central Plains are kept in the Temple of Getian. His temple? What the fuck? If an archived copy of the lost score still exists somewhere on the mountain, it may well be there. Getian has a fucking temple? What the shit? This is like the Air Nomad's temple in Avatar. The candlelight is barely bright enough to illuminate the ground beneath their feet. Even with the Mimeng leading the way, the musician looks somewhat ragged, the night dew soaking his sleeves as he pushes through the waist-high grass. When Getian stops once again to wait, the musician speaks up, apologizing.
I'm sorry.
You saved my life, for which I'm already deeply grateful, and now I'm causing you even more trouble. It isn't right of me to put you through so much. Oh my god, the Asian... Oh my god, how do you fucking say this in English? Upbringing. The Asian upbringing of not being a nuisance to anyone. I mean, to be fair, I was raised as that, like that as well. Or at least I think so. I hate asking people for help. Like, I will first, like, drive myself to fucking insanity before I ask somebody for help. Which isn't the best thing ever. Like, there is definitely, like, if you can do something alone, I think you should do it alone. But if you need help, you should ask for help. So I'm kind of toxic in that way, I guess. You saved my life, for which I am already grateful. Yada yada, I already trouble you so much. Saving others is but a simple gesture. I never thought to ask anything of you in return, but you shared something with me I never expected. By that logic, it is I who owe you. Something you never expected? The musician ponders for a moment, then taps his head in realization. Oh, your kin who once dealt with my ancestor. After all these years, you still remember him? I suppose you were close. No. Not really. Then at least old acquaintances?
No, never.
Nope. You can't mean you were complete strangers. The woman gives a slight nod. We never met. Well, Getian extends a wing, brushing aside the clump of white cogon grass blocking the musician's path. I am simply curious why he, or rather they, descended the mountain. I have read every word of every record in the temple, yet found nothing of the answer I seek. The woman tilts his head toward him. You come from the lands below. I would like to hear your answer. I see. The musician suddenly understands. After you mentioned it last time, I gave it some more thought. To a miming, centuries may pass in the blink of an eye, while the world down below has changed beyond recognition. After so many years of retelling, the details of the story are bound to become unclear. What I've shared is all I've heard. As for any further details, I truly don't know.
At least...
Still, from the perspective of those below, what the story describes does make sense. He pants as he climbs another stretch of steeps. Humans may differ in temperament and appearance, but in the end, everyone's living this world once for something that never changes. Some seek power, some seek wealth, some seek generational fame, others seek everlasting glory. And then it is I who seeks for it all, the future king of VTubers. And of course, some seek a peerless score. He can't help but smile, pointing at himself. I risk my life climbing the mountain for you. If your kin truly lingered in the human world for the same reason, that would be understandable. Of course, this is just the superficial view of a mere mortal such as myself. And you, I mean immortals, do they also have things they seek? He just told you that he's looking for an answer, and like for decades, hundreds of years, who knows, I don't know how long he lives. This time the miming does not correct his choice of words. Very well, since you've spoken frankly of your own matters, I shall also be truthful with you about my concerns. The musician lifts his head to look at him. The moonlight casts its silver glow on the miming's face, lost in thought. Like humans, miming developed different dispositions over the years. The last miming to descend the mountain in memory, the first miming to descend the mountain. Well, as I said, let's just do the first one all the time. Somewhere quiet and reserved. One had a favorite camphor tree. On moonlight nights, Getian would see him standing silently on the highest branch, wings outstretched. Okay, what is camphor? It's a type of tree with some berries. East Asian, yeah. It's a fucking tree. It's just a tree. Getian assumed he likely wouldn't leave, and others were excessively curious. A new one who would bring back all manner of human oddities from the lands below, oddities that would enrapture him day and night. Passing by his dwelling, Getian had thought to himself, sooner or later. Due to your decision, you've grown more confused. Fucking awesome. And some mimings were mischievous and fond of pranks. One such bird loved to laugh. Getian can't recall his face, only his cackling when he startled his kin by suddenly flying up from below a cliff. Later they all descended the mountain, never to return. All I recovered were their bones that gave me no answers.
However,
I read of where they went after leaving the mountain, whom they met, and the places they passed, but... The miming hesitates, his feathers trembling slightly. I still do not know why they left. It doesn't sound completely unsolvable though. The musician pushes aside a clump of mugwort and takes a deep breath. He smiles at Getian. Life in the mountains may be peaceful, but your kin must have longed for something important deep in their hearts, important enough to give up their longevity. Ah, yes, the secret to longevity. Longevity. For those below the mountain, it is often a pursuit, but to your kind, it's merely a bargaining chip to be exchanged. In the lands below, some work to preserve life through any means, no matter how shameful, yet there are also those willing to sacrifice themselves for something greater. As for what that something is, the musician thinks it over and over again and shakes his head.
I'm not sure that.
Well, I'm but a human from below. I can't possibly grasp how the mimings in the mountains think. It just the Getian on his back, then instrument is nearly too heavy for him to carry. Fortunately, the temple is just up ahead. Interesting. I don't know why I thought echoes from the mountain. I don't know why I thought about what the fuck was the name? Rayashki, when he said about the sacrifice and the dude flying with the fucking plane, you know. Which is weird because I said a million times that everybody told me like, oh, Rayashki is so fucking peak, and I'm like, it's alright, it's there, I guess. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Some fragments contain existing nodes. Okay, yeah, so -1, I guess. Boom. 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 Pow, pow, pow. The old tree in the yard. It looks like we are going up the mountain, not down the mountain, by the way. Like, oh, I guess we are going up to the temple first. I guess. The old tree in the yard. 2340, a temple in the mountains. Light the candle. So this is a temple of the Mimangs. Seeing the lights kindle before him, the musician pauses. There is a non-zero chance someone used this mini-game as a music production software. That true. People will play music on fucking anything. Jesus. I mean, I am like in NTE, Neverness to Everness. I'm trying to play music on the piano there, and it's like kinda, you know, kinda going good. I don't know, I haven't played the piano in so fucking long. But I can play like the start of Megalovania from Undertale, and I can play the first like I don't know, a first few notes of Shorekeeper's theme from Wuthering Waves, and I will use it to traumatize some people someday. So this is the temple of the Mimangs. Seeing the lights kindle before him, the musician pauses. It seems this place is not quite what you had in mind. The musician carefully steps around the layers of paper hung like drapes, almost tipping on the scattered scrolls strewn about the ground. Well, I must say, this is nothing like anything I've seen before. You know, this is a bone beneath the paper, and he's unable to hold back his question. This is the remains of your kin? The Miming steps further into the temple, not looking back. Correct. Is this a custom of the mountains? Handling them this way feels somewhat irreverent. The Mimeng's voice comes from ahead. They are gone, but flesh and bone, why fuss over it? His voice pauses, tinged with curiosity. Your concern tells me it is different in the lands below. How does your kind treat the dead? Well, we also have temples. In them we gather the remains of the deceased. Ashes, assess. Fucking hell. I saw ass and I was like ass. I was like ass. Ass is ass, you know? Assess. I apologize. Their deeds in life and enshrine them. Dzień dobry. Enjoying the story? Yeah, I mean, I don't know where this is going, and I didn't play Notes on Shwari, so I don't really know who Getian even is. So I'm a little confused, but hey, I'm here. I'm interested where this is going, right? I mean, it's cool, it's different than, like, you know, a normal event or main story, so that's always something welcome. I also haven't played many Anecdotes, so all of them are like something new for me, I guess. How do you assess one's deeds? The musician freezes again, unsure of how to answer. How do you assess deeds? By whether they benefited others or whether they served only their own aspirations. But can anyone but oneself truly know the nature of one's aspirations? How could others possibly judge such a thing? On such a night, in such a place, the Mimeng's voice sounded eerily calm, echoing in the mountain, as if both near and far. This is precisely what troubles me. By your account, those who descended the mountain must have chosen to pursue their own aspirations. But how were they to confirm the purpose of their lives? On what basis? A basis? Now, I really don't understand what you mean. Getian walks back a few steps, gesturing for his companion to look in his direction. It's fine, I can recommend most of them though. Only missing Eagles and Erics by now. I see. I mean, I was told that I should, like, for the knowledge of the game and even like a bit of main story, I should do the Xeno Anecdote. So I might do that somewhere in the future. I mean, I'm gonna play them someday, but I still have some events and stuff as well, and I'm streaming like 20 other games as well. So just a lot on my mind, on my plate, I guess. On the way here, I told you 3 of my kin. There is a scattered pile of bones. Getian picks one up. For perfecting principles. And then a second one. For humans' joy and sorrow. And a final third bone. For the injustice of the world. The Mimeng's gazes at them in thought. Remarkable aspirations indeed, nothing like those of ordinary mortals. The musician murmurs. Perhaps, but now that is all but a moment from the past, and they never have returned here, silent and still. If they had foreseen such an ending, would they still have made the same choice? Ha. Interesting kinda reference to the main story, I guess. Not really like if they foresee this ending, but like the uncertainty of your actions. And I think Arcana asked Vertin that a couple of times. And maybe somebody even asked Nautica this? I'm not sure, I straight up don't remember. But I know that this question was asked in chapter 10. Would you still do it if you know it didn't mean anything, it didn't change anything, stuff like that, something like that. You said you were willing to die for a score. To me, that notion is no different from that of my kin. I am curious how you come to your choice. So that's how you see it. Give everything for one's purpose in life is indeed a difficult thing to choose, and yet to have the choice itself may be a blessing. In the mortal world, countless people live without freedom of choice. As he gives his vague reply, his gaze drifts absently out the window. The moon has begun to sink westward, and the sky has shifted from a shade of deep inky black to dark blue. Blue? Manus Vindictae. The sky is Manus Vindictae. Dawn is still some time away. He withdraws his gaze, clears his throat and changes the subject. How are we to find clues about the score amongst all these scrolls and bones? I can't imagine we'll come up with much of anything.
That's no matter.
There is no need to worry. Just play something. Sky shifted from black to blue, both Manus colors. I'm telling you, the sky is Manus or something. I don't know. Is there like a sky arcanist? Voyager descended. I don't know anything about Voyager. Cosmic Overture is not in the game. Sky is so blue. We need a golden rain also, I guess. No, pause. No. Hell nah. I already know what you're gonna make of it, and that's not what I meant. Shut the fuck up. There is no need to worry, just play something. What? Please, your ancestor bonded with the Mimeng through music. If any clues remain here, they will respond. No, I did not mean it like that. I just thought of Manus colors, you know, my clothes. God damn it. The Klein Blue was developed much later in history. They commented on it in Barry's Broom patch. What is a Klein Blue? Like just the color, or deep blue hue first mixed by the French artist Yves Klein. What the fuck? The manus are French. No. No, shut the fuck up, generic. Mountain wind blows into the temple, causing the hanging papers to rustle. Hanging. Hungering? What the fuck? The musician reaches out to hold down a scroll that is almost blown away, offering an apologetic smile to his friend. I'm afraid the damage my instrument suffered in the mountain hasn't been repaired yet. Oh, oui. Get it. Oui, mon ami, je m'appelle Lafayette, the Lancelot of the Revolutionary Set. The mimic thinks for a moment. I believe that can be resolved. I do not know what your instrument is made of, but whatever you need ought to be here in the temple. The gentle smile on his face slowly fades. Wait quietly, offered to repair. I said we're gonna choose the first one first. So we do be waiting. The man lowers his head, studying the musician's eyes. The wind flickers in the candlelight, casting the musician's face in shifting shadows. After a moment, he lowers his head and sighs. With your decision, you've grown more confused. Fuck my life. Oh, it started raining IRL for me, goddamn. Bang! He unfastens the Getian and throws it to the ground. It lands with a heavy thud. Please believe me, I have no ill intent. Oh. What the fuck? What color is the rain? I mean, it's colorless, right? The water is like transparent, translucent or something. Echoes from the mountain. Wait, so this is gonna be the end of the anecdote? Is it 8 notes? Is it 8 nodes? If so, that is short as fuck. Boom. Math heart. In which direction is it falling? You know, it's so fucking funny. I started playing Wuthering Waves, right? And there is an upside down rain that brings back warriors and memories from the past. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It was so hard for me to not just say, what the fuck, reverse? But I don't know which came out first, and it's so fucking weird. And like, I'm assuming that there must be some Asian or Chinese story, mythology or something about the rain falling upwards. Because it's just like so weird. I was not expecting Wuthering Waves to pull off a fucking reverse 1999 on me. Like straight up, and it's so fucking weird, and every time I see it, it's so weird. And then you know what? I started playing NTE. Guess what some weather anomalies do? They make rain go upward. And I'm like, what the fuck? The rest came out first by over a year. Oh, interesting. I mean, again, like I don't mean to compare it or like say that one took it from another, but it is so fucking funny to me that suddenly I'm playing all of these new games and they all have the fucking upside down rain, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the heck? Because again, and in NTE there are some anomalies which are like monsters, ghosts, some oddities, stuff like that, straight up anomalies, like something that like shouldn't exist or breaks the laws of physics. And those are that like weird weather dolls, puppets, something, you know? And they just... there is rain around them, and when you go to fight them, the rain goes back upwards. Looking back, character stories have been standardized to 8 notes by now, and exits are more flexible with 6 notes being shortest. Oh, I see. I haven't played too many anecdotes. I basically skipped through some of them, like Matilda and Necrologist, and I think Angira. And then I basically played, like actually played only Moldir and now Getian. He who has gone astray. 2 at night. What the fuck? So a couple of hours passed? Or did I, like, was I not looking? Because I think it was like 22, 23. Play blues. Oh. In the dim light, the musician's hands clench, then loosen. I'm not a descendant from any great master. I am simply the son of a Getian maker. My family made a living this way for generations. But I'm a fraud. At times, the musician recalls the desolate gate of his hometown, the scent of bamboo leaves and parasol wood, and similar memories that scatter away like wood shavings. Under the shaded eaves, his father once cause the fucking bird, man. His father once told him the tale of their ancestor meeting a divine bird, and so he said he wished to learn how to play the Getian. His father laughed, then gently stroked his hair. He did indeed have hands suited for the strings. Back then they called him Little Phoenix, and he was doted on like a beloved princeling. Princeling? Fucking what? like a little prince, or? A young prince. A petty minor. Okay. Yo, pause. But his father left far too early. All that truly remained for him were a few absurd stories, ambitions with no clear direction, and a parasol Getian missing its strings. As you can see, I can't really play the instrument, not properly. I know the material of the strings and the soundboard well enough, but I never had the chance to spend much time learning to use them. Young Fraud took stock of all he owned. The story as well prepared, and the parasol was a rare piece of fine wood. Rare. No, that is not an excellent topic. Honestly, I don't know if this is worse or little girls. Jesus Christ. All that was missing was a miracle people could believe in. The musician found a Western merchant who sold arcane materials and discovered that miracles were cheaper than he thought. Fireproof cloth, the mane of a divine steed, and silk as tough as jade. Time to string the instrument. And the Getian was complete. One so beautiful, it almost looked as if it were really made from a divine bird's tail feathers. It refers to a position? Huh? What the fuck did I say? He was doted on like a beloved princeling. As a beloved petty minor. I don't get it, but okay. I left the village like that, with the Getian slung over my shoulder and the maker's knife my father left me strapped to my waist. The miming is a little surprised, but does not interrupt. You literally interrupted. There are always people willing to pay the hefty price to glorify their households with stirring legends. So the story was retold from his lips 1,000 times, polished into something extraordinary and complete. And yet that instrument has remained forever silent. an immortal's blessing, peerless score, a prodigious young musician. Night filled with hesitation, a childhood like a drifting tumbleweed. Excuse me. Night filled with hesitation, a childhood like a drifting tumbleweed, worries tangled and knotted like rope. A story that charges onward or a real life, the musician can only have one of them. On many nights he dreams of the past. When he wakes, phantom strings tremble softly, sadly, beside his pillow, a reminder that they are still waiting. Perhaps one day he will finally give in, reach out and touch those strings that do not truly belong to him. Sometimes I think how wonderful it would be if divine birds truly existed, if they really were a man favored by an immortal. Getian lowers his gaze. Birds that can change a person's fate do indeed exist, yet for a mimeng this is a melody that can only be played and cherished once. And someone actually believed in the story. They forced me to climb the mountain and find the mimeng for them. I see. When I first met you, I saw your bones that you were hiding something. Now it is clear.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know. I didn't want it to be like this, but I had no other choice. He stammers as he explains. I never truly harbored any malicious intent. The man lowers his head to meet his gaze. The musician's voice grows quieter. I was conflicted. I know not to replay kindness with betrayal, but which is why I asked to go down the mountain. I was afraid that if I stayed any longer, I'd been having thoughts I shouldn't have. Ayo, please, let me go down the mountain. I won't come back. I won't tell a soul that I ever met you. Very well. At last the mimeng calmly looks away. In the end, you never truly acted on your falsehood. You're not angry? Those below the mountain are all much the same, tossed about, uncertain. There is little that is fixed. I saw how you would choose. Besides, what you just spoke of was not entirely fabrication, although perhaps you did not realize it. He lays his wings over the body of the Getian, falls silent for a moment, and begins another story. Long ago, there truly was such a mimeng. A wisp of pale smoke slowly rises. To be continued, there is more than 8. Interesting. I mean, yeah, we're starting a new story suddenly at level 8 of however many. Part 9, a tune that lingers. Lingering glow, ayo. Temple in the mountains. Yo, Decaf, hello, welcome in. Lurking doo-dee-doo. Did you get your power fixed? Because goddamn, I just joined and then your stream went black. I was hanging out at oh my god, I apologize, MJ's stream. That's the first time I've been there, so watching, so it is what it is. I'm about to finish. I don't know. I honestly thought it was like 8 levels as per usual, but this is the 9th one. Maybe this is the end. I don't know. On the rich ending you will get. I don't know. Getian was getting confused. Me too. A temple in the mountains. In a long time ago, so long that his kin still lived out on the frontier, human cities had yet to appear in the central plains, and powerful humans and arcanists still walked the world, not yet reduced to a legend. The Getians, the mimeng clan, created the first song and dance. And may have rotating power outages due to rationing. Oh man. Damn, that sucks. I hope you're all good. MJ, yes. I hang out there for like a good, like, I don't know, half an hour or something. after that. Yeah. Also, what's up with you all and like dev gods? Because I remember I have it saved, the book that you recommended to me, the girl who ate the dev god or something like that, and MJ wrote a book of being a teenage dev god or something like that. I forgot. I apologize. Like what the fuck is the deal with the dev gods? Jesus Christ. Verse, song and dance. The music of the Getian comprises 8 songs. Carry the people, the swallow, nourish the green, raise the 5 grains, honor the way, exalt the divine, trust the earth's virtue, and bring all things to fullness. Am I crazy, or have I heard at least some of these names before? From that point on, countless mimengs bore the gift of music. Amongst them... among us. Among them there was one who was especially intoxicated by rhythm. Just coincidence. There are no coincidences. He lost himself in the music, rarely associating with his kin. Time in the mountains is long, and without seasons, I could not tell when he left. The miming 1,000 years pass in a moment. Come to think of it, how many years have I myself spent in the mountains? Again, I was speaking the first one. Getian is sleeping through. First 1999 fans, anime fans, Venn diagram is just one circle. The circle, the tuna psycho. To miming 1,000 years pass in a moment. No matter. The miming sighs softly. For such a lifespan as his, 1,000 years and a single moment were nigh on the same. To me, it is the same. With your decision, you've grown more confused. Oh my fucking god. Until one day, convinced he had learned every score the mountain could offer, he ventured down alone to see whether human music held any worth. He must have been disappointed. The musician says quietly.
Exactly.
Yes, he was disappointed. Human lifespan's barely 100 years. Strip away the days of ignorant youth and helpless old age, and what remains is only a few fleeting decades. Within that time, one must still endure the difficulties of worldly affairs and endless hardships, a struggle simply to survive. According to MJ, the book had a different title, but the editor said Teenage Dev God would sell better. I see. Teens love dev gods. Yeah. Emo for life. I mean, look at my fucking hairstyle. And I made my model. God damn it. It is so funny. I think I said it a couple of times. I completely, like, unintentionally, not on purpose, made my model look like I looked in high school. Like, straight up. Like, of course, not purple hair and not fucking bear ears, but I straight up look and hairstyle and everything like I was, like, back then, which is so fucking weird the day I realized that. And it's not like, oh, I made the model and then I was like, oh, the next day, oh, that kind of looks like me in the past. No, it's been like 2 years and then I looked at that model and I was like, oh, wait, it kind of looked like me. In the past again. Time that can truly be devoted to oneself is scarce. Even if one pours their entire life into music, it can never be compared to the mimengs with their incredible lifespan. That is what life down below is like. As the season presses on, life only grows harder. The mimeng pauses as if gathering his thoughts. He went to many places and saw all manner of people. Bustling markets. 2 masters of the age agreed on a music duel on the city walls within their pipas, drawing a great crowd. Pipas. Accidentally emo. Whoops. Yeah. Sound was earth-shattering and sky-rending indeed, yet the miming remained bored, believing that something was still missing. Banquets of princes and nobles. Amid the rush of dignitaries and the drawing of curtains, the tinkling of crystal and pearls filled the air. On a rooftop not far away, the miming watched with a tilted head. A man in a tall crown rose from his seat, bowed deeply, then lifted his head and played the Getian. Less a song than a soliloquy of grievances. Emos used to be cool. Yeah, it's not a phase, mom. When the melody properly began, an uproar broke out among the guests. Someone drew a sword, another turned away with a weary sigh. Before the turmoil reached him, he turned and left. This was the poise of scholars, not the devotion of a musician. In households where music was passed down through both instrument and song, the miming recalled the towering courtyard tree, an arm's span thick, much like the one near his mountain dwelling. It was a lonely courtyard filled with the scents of herbs. Its owner often sat there holding a Getian, unmoving, until the moon sank in the west. The miming heard the owner's faint sigh. What a pity, so brief after all. He thought, if heaven had granted her 30 more years, perhaps things would have been different. And at first light, he left that verdant courtyard behind. Like the breeze pauses and the candle flame suddenly wavers, bringing the musician back to his senses. You mean he never altered human's bones? What a question to ask. What a question to ask. He murmurs. Yeah, of course. Immortals have their own affairs. Why would they concern themselves with the lives of mortals? That was not the case. Years later, the miming resolved to return to the mountains, feeling his worldly travels were finished, only to encounter a torrential downpour that covered the land in darkness and turned plains into rivers. So he stayed one day longer. The next morning, beneath a parasol tree, the miming met a young man in passing and heard a short tune he had never heard before. The melody was free and wild, hardly a proper composition, yet it brought tears to his eyes. Unable to resist, the miming stepped forward to speak with him. The youth humbly said he had no talent for music, and that he simply enjoyed plucking the strings for amusement during idle moments. Getian warned us about climate change over 1,000 years ago. Oh my god. He asked the young man's background and learned that he was just a local Getian maker. A Getian maker? A Getian maker? Aha! Impossible. Also, it's 4 a.m. Getian has been sitting here telling stories for at least 2 hours in the middle of the night. He repeats it twice under his breath, then suddenly stands up. If that's the case, how is it I've never heard of a great musician among my ancestors? If a miming truly altered his fate, why have we, generations after generation, done nothing but make Getian? Because it was just a simple tune, utterly unremarkable. Free and vibes. Utterly unremarkable. The miming couldn't help but drink in the phrase himself. What moved him was, in fact, something utterly unremarkable. There was no earth-shaking event that followed. The young man who played the Getian was destined to die young, and so the miming merely wished him a good life. And all his desires came true. That was all. But... He still cannot believe it. The music that drew an immortal's favor was nothing more than a casual trifle he himself could produce on a whim. Based on how Getian talks about music, do you think he would like dubstep? I wanna say yes. I wanna say yes, because it's just some fucking random noise. I mean, I kinda like dubstep. Depends, really. Not that I would listen to dubstep, but if it's like boss fight OST is a dubstep, I'm like, fuck yeah. I mean, half of WoA soundtrack is like blasting electronic music during the fight, even when you're in some old-ass Chinese mountains. You still cannot fucking believe it. If it was that simple from the beginning, then what was the point of all his fabricated achievements? Getian gives no immediate answer. Instead, he lifts a wing slightly, and the broken Getian, once treasured, now tossed away, floats into the air. The dust is wiped away, and it is turned over as if by an unseen hand, revealing the instrument's goose feet on the underside. Neither metal nor jade, they are made of some material that gleams with a soft luster in the candlelight. These are his bones. The miming left his remains to his friend, who fashioned them into a Getian. What the fuck? Whoa, 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 whoa. What the? In the candlelight, the musician's expression flicks and shifts. After a long moment, he speaks again. I understand now. You mean to say there is no need to strive for absolute perfection, so long as our hearts are sincere? Getian looks at him quietly, neither confirming nor denying. Getian is like, bitch, I am not here to teach you anything. What the fuck are you talking about? Playing song on an instrument made from my friend's corpse is metal as fuck. It kinda is, to be real, yeah. For real, for real. The truth is clear to me now. The music my ancestor could play, I can play too.
Please.
If that's the case, then I could stay in the mountains? Life below is noisy, cluttered, distracting. I know where I went wrong now. I just want to find a quiet place to devote myself to my instrument, as I did when I was young. But your destiny is not here. Getian tells him plainly. You came from the lands below, and in the end, that is where you belong. Yes, I should have known. He takes a step back, seemingly in a daze. After a moment, he gathers the courage to speak again. But after I leave the mountain, will fortune ever bring me to you again? Perhaps not. I do not know. Again, I said I'm just gonna pick the first one and then we're gonna go through if I need the second ending, right? Hey, Jasvix, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello. As you can see, the path of the Mimengs was cut off centuries ago. They left one after another, and now... Getian shakes his head. Oh, shaking head, counter 1. I am the last of my kind, and there is nothing down below that draws my interest, perhaps. Due to your decision, you've grown more confused. Yo, Anak, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello. They look at each other, silent, for a time. Only now does everything finally become clear. There was never any great musician, no score unheard by the world, and no ideal worth dying for. Interesting. The young man who stubbornly chased such ideals to this place is only a petty fraud, though a harmless one at that. Dawn is about to break. The extinguished candle gives off a faint trail of bluish smoke. Blue? Why is it all blue? What the fuck?
Goodbye.
It is time for you to go. To be continued still. 10-parter, what the hell? Cinema in the mountains, what the fuck? I don't know why I thought it was gonna be 8. Because the character stories are 8. You know. Part 10, The Long River. A narrow mountain path, 6 a.m. A cool drop of dew falls onto the musician's forehead, jolting him awake. He returns to his senses and finds that he is already standing on the stone steps leading down the mountain. Behind him, the path leading up is choked with weeds unrecognizable. The mimeng he spoke with is nowhere to be seen. Could it be that it was all just a dream? He feels the weight of his broken Getian still resting on his back. Stands there quietly for a while, then turns to face the lush foliage of the mountain paths and begins speaking to no one in particular. I'll go down somewhere and find somewhere peaceful to stay a while. I've heard of a place nearby called Pay City, beyond the royal authority, where both arcanes and humans live. The musician pauses. From now on, I'll continue to study this instrument. Before that, though, if I may have such fortune, I'd like to hear the piece my ancestor once played. He hesitates, holding his breath while he waits. There is only the sound of a wind rustling the trees and grass. I understand. The musician murmurs as if having reached a decision. He takes the broken Getian from his back and carefully sets it on the stone steps. This instrument doesn't belong to me. It should be returned to its owner, if you are willing. Unable to finish the sentence, he shakes his head and bows deeply towards the empty air. Then he straightens up and makes his descent down the mountain without looking back. A shabby mountain hat. The mimeng's wings give a slight tremble as the newly repaired Getian settles onto the table. The fracture has been properly mended with an arcane skill, leaving behind only a faint seam. Oh, can he just fix it with his skill because it's made of bones? Oh my fucking god. It truly is a fine instrument. The maker must have been meticulous, polishing it again and again to achieve such perfection.
However,
Only... He lifts his wings once more. The Getian floats into the air, revealing its underside. He narrows his eyes. Yo, Cristano Horaldo. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Hello, hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. He lifts his wings one more. The Getian floats into the air, revealing its underside. He narrows his eyes, noticing that the pair of goose feet is not perfectly aligned. Using bone for the instrument's goose feet is uncommon. Perhaps this is the reason for the maker's slight flaw. Or perhaps his heart was heavy, simply because these were his friend's remains. He shakes his head. Two times he shook his head. That's crazy. Regardless, I do not see the bones of the maker.
why?
And you, what did you think? Getian asks the bones. They offer no reply. He lets out an almost imperceptible sigh. Left with no answer, he uses his imagination instead. Many years ago, on a spring night, a miming quietly descended the mountain, with no words to his kin. He traversed mountains that seemed endless, crossed rivers that zigzagged and intertwined, past human villages from which came the barks of dogs and the crows of roosters. Like the divine birds of legend, he flew 99,000 miles. Yet he flew higher than the mountains where immortals dwell, and farther than the crimson clouds that topped the peaks. Even the heaviest dew could not dampen his wings. Only when the sky darkened did he stop to rest on an ordinary parasol tree. The moon sank westward. Humans and arcanists alike slept. The forests, the fields, the mountains and rivers, the entire world was fast asleep. Getian ponders. What exactly tempted him to stay? Perhaps... No, surely not for some mortal joy. Or perhaps... As if answering to himself, he immediately denies it again. No, not even for that piece, or the one who played it. Being in your feelings is always cool. Yeah, hell yeah. Me crying to my pillow at 2 AM. Yeah. He looks down to the world below the mountain. The morning mist has not yet fully dispersed, but the silken trail of the Pelin River can already be seen, glinting in the sunlight as it flows into the distance towards unfamiliar towns, villages, lakes and plains. Separated by a thin veil of mountain mist, life unfolds. Some are born, some die, some laugh, some weep. So fleeting, so hurried. Like morning dew with more days gone than to come. Perhaps that is precisely why it is worth cherishing. The thought steers his heart, beautiful and unforgettable. Yo, his friend enjoyed the company of mortals, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. No, but he said no. He said no. Not even for that piece or the one who played it. He was not into the musician. At least that's what Getian thinks. After a long while, the Mimeng places the long silent Getian before him once more. Beyond the mountains, at the Pelin River, a boat rocks upon the water. The musician suddenly springs to his feet and looks towards the mountains. Sir, did you hear that? Someone's playing a Getian. With his sudden movement, the small boat lurches violently and the boatman stumbles. Hey, sit still! Don't go startling an old man like me! He clicks his tongue in annoyance and rows hard, steadying the boat. You must be hearing things. The Pelin River, Pelin River running high today. Can't hear nothing but the water itself. The musician does not reply, his gaze fixed on the mountains. A moment later, he suddenly points ahead and shouts excitedly. No, sir, someone really is playing a Getian. Look to the bank over there. Even the birds have taken flight. The boatman cranes his neck to peer into the distance, then sighs. Oh, the sun's out. Of course the birds are looking for food. What's so strange about that? But how loud could one person playing be anyhow? You think it would reach this far and only would hear it? Maybe it's an immortal who's been playing. The word slips out of him. The boatman cannot fathom what strange spell has come over this young fellow he picked up on a whim. Ain't no immortals in this world, unless you've seen one with your own eyes, eh? Aye. He opens his mouth, then sinks back down, defeated. Lowers his gaze to the shimmering surface of the Pelin River. It's nothing. I must have imagined it. The boatman clicks his tongue again. All this silly clutter, just tell me where you're headed. I wanna go to Pay City. Pay City? And where that? I've been rowing for more than 30 years and never heard of that place. Back at the mountain hut. This one part, by the way, is fucking longer than half of the anecdote. The story takes a different turn due to your choice. The Mimeng lays his wings over a string and remains silent for a long time, so only this is the part that changes. Down below. Finally he puts the Getian away. The Mimeng continues awaiting an answer. Perhaps one day, he thinks, it will be another spring, another winter's night, another utterly ordinary day. Somewhere else, he will hear another song and stop for it. There he will find the answer he seeks. One day he will encounter it. One day. A song from a dream. The end. And we got Getian playing the Gushin, the Genshin. Oh, he does have like greenish, bluish feathers. I completely did not like remember that. I thought his feathers were also like yellowish, brown, something. Ending 1 unlocked, let's go. Getian is confused ending. Yeah. The arts for the anecdotes are good though. This one and the Moldir one were pretty cool. Completed. Now, unlock ending 2. So what, do I just choose the other one everywhere? Or is there more to it? Should I just Google it or? Just choose option 2 every time. Hell yeah, that's my kind of gameplay. Let's fucking go. Excuse me. Goddamn, I wanted to play NTE after this. I'm kinda so fucking sleepy. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I'm so fucking sleepy. We'll see. Okay, so I can just skip through to the fucking. How much is the skip? Does it skip to the answer? Okay. I have indeed heard a thing or two of the people below. Getian cautiously inhales fresh but with a hint of bitterness. Curious. Perhaps because everyone brews it to their tastes, he thinks. The Mimeng's ferry news from below, along with the latest tools and techniques. Thus, I have some knowledge.
I know very little of it.
I have never ventured there myself, though I can hardly claim familiarity. The man shakes his head ×3 and changes the subject. Has your instrument been repaired? Following his gaze, the musician looks at the plain Gushin at the side and gently presses a hand against the strings. There are no materials in the mountains, it will have to wait. A lamentable shame, I had hoped to play something for you. Pay it no mind, your bones have healed well, I dare you say departure from this mountain is approaching. Yes, he stares absently at the wavering candlelight. Crack. It doesn't say that I'm, you know, not confused. Can I skip the rest? Maybe, hopefully. Okay, footsteps in the snow. Oh, option 2 doesn't give you a message? That's no fun. Like humans, Mimengs develop different dispositions over the years. The first Mimeng to descend the mountain in memory. Some were excessively curious. One would bring back all manner of human oddities from the lands below, oddities that would enrapture him day and night. Oh, he's telling them from the other way. Passing by his dwelling, Getian had thought of himself sooner or later, and some were quiet and reserved. One had a favorite camphor tree. On moonlight nights, Getian would see him standing silently on the highest branch, wings outstretched. Getian assumed he likely wouldn't leave. And some Mimengs were mischievous and fond of pranks. One such bird loved to laugh. Getian can't recall his face on his cackling when he startled his skin by suddenly flying up from below a cliff. Later, all descended the mountain, never to return. 6. The old tree in the yard. Did depart. Chill. The gentle smile on his face slowly fades. Offer to repair the Gushin. Getian's gaze falls on the musician's Gushin. Perhaps my arcane skill can be of help. His lips move, but in the end he only lets out another sigh. I appreciate it, but there is no need. I know how to repair a Gushin. Bang. He unfastened the Gushin, throws it to the ground. Fucking... Please believe me, I have no ill intent. I know how to repair a Gushin. Smashes it to the ground. Fucking rock style, guitar. 6, 7, 8, 9. A tune that lingers. Time in the mountains is long and without seasons. I could not tell when he left. Come to think of it, how many years have I myself spent in these mountains? The thought startles the bird. He turns his hand and flutters his feathers a few times as if to brush it away. Yet the doubt does not drift away with the feather dust. Instead, it clings like those irritating thorny fruits that grow wild in the mountains, catching and sticking to you before you even know it. The Mimeng sighed softly. In any case, that Mimeng's dedication to music was only natural. Until one day, convinced he had learned every score of the mountain could offer, he ventured down alone to see whether human music held any worth. He must have been disappointed, and he was. After I leave the mountain, will fortune ever bring me to you again? I do not know. The Mimeng thinks. There is something down below that draws my interest. But my kin from the story had no thought of descending the mountain either. As the time passes, perhaps my thoughts will change. They look at each other silent for a time. Only now does everything finally become clear. There was never any great musician, no score unheard by the world, and no ideal worth dying for. It is time for you to go. The long river. Okay, can I skip to the part that changes, or could it be that it was just a dream? Position pauses. I understand. Chubby mountain.
However,
Yeah, this is different. Okay. So yeah, so he played the instrument and the guy heard it on the boat. Okay. And we are back at the mountain, at the shabby mountain hut. The story takes a different turn due to your choice. Yet, this is no illusion. A cool breeze brushes past Mimeng's wings and offers the faintly vibrating strings. It is another very, very ordinary tune, hesitantly played for the first time. You're fucking joking, that's it? That's it? Getian does play the fucking instrument? What the fuck? Okay. Interesting, I guess. Ending to everyone. So, Getian's anecdote, Pretty cool, huh? How does Getian play a Getian when he has no fingers? Can he not manipulate his bones to make hands? That's like, that's so fucked. My hands immediately hurt, to be honest. Goddamn. Very interesting. I mean, I guess, like, I understand, at least partially, the story, right? To, like, pursue something as a human, even though it takes years and you may never reach it, and life is fleeting and shit like that. And then, like, Getian is looking for something too, even though he has technically, like, not unlimited, but a lot of time. And it is interesting that he is supposedly the last of his kind, if they are very, very long living. And what the fuck happened to all of them? Getian, I don't even get a name. Ian? Getian? Or is it Getian? Shut the fuck up. Isn't that Getian? Is it Getian? Oh no. I actually don't know. Again, I haven't played Notes of Shiori. I don't have Getian. Getian. Fuck my life. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool story and I get the message, right? So I guess it did what it needed to do. Getian. I straight up have no idea. I do not have this, man. The fuck is the record? Oh, it looks like this. I see. Yeah, again, I mean, pretty cool story, but like nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. And me, as probably many other players, I don't really like this type of anecdote. I feel like, even though I haven't really played the previous ones too much, I feel like the normal style, like character story, light novel, visual novel, I mean, is better. Like, you can experiment and there are some like gameplay stuff that's kind of cool, like, oh, press to like light a candle, and like it's fucking cloudy when it's cloudy and it's raining when it's raining, but like, you know, it has a better format. Wide Rams Travelogue. Yes, we are doing that definitely right now. Yes, absolutely. I like the new edition. Not better, but a good side. Great. I see. I don't know. Again, I haven't played the previous ones really, so I don't know. Why is my hand? Oh, it already catches my tracking over here. Okay, interesting. I've been just playing. Like, I mean, I've been touching my keyboard. I didn't know it sees my hand moving here. Yo, Zach, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome. Actually brought back double anecdotes. Fuck, I don't even know what that is. The old format allowed for anecdote exclusive NPCs to get proper designs. Yeah, and here is just a musician and a boatman. I don't know. Again, it's not bad. It's not the best. It's just there. It's a cool story for Getian. Back in the day, we used to get 2 anecdotes per patch. Oh shit. Crazy. I mean, now we're getting to character stories, right? Unless you are getting to character stories to anecdotes. I don't know. But okay. So the plan for today was just to do Getian anecdote because it's going away, because it is leaving in a second. I mean, tomorrow. It disappears tomorrow. So that's gonna be it for now, for today. But before you go, please, I'm gonna do a little redirect into an NTE stream. I will stream NTE for a bit, maybe do like one main quest or something, try summoning for a Hotori. So I'm gonna make that public, and then I'm gonna go make the quick redirect or whatever that is. Miss the visuals? Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna throw in the redirect to my other stream, because I kinda have to stream Neverness separately. It's a lot of bullshit. Anyway, if you would be so kind to just drop by, leave a like on that live stream or something, it would be greatly appreciated, or like say hi, something like that in the chat over there. That would be amazing. And I'm gonna take a short break and gonna start streaming on that other link. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, or if you wanna just jump in right there, you can do so with that link. Thank you again, thank you so much, and I will see ya later in another video, in another live stream. or if you are willing to join me in NTE in like 5 minutes. But he told you the imagine Charon at the end, which makes it... Whoa, as the boatman? Ooh, what the hell? Interesting. Redirecting chat, that's smart. I'm still that. Heck yeah. I mean, when I finish this stream, when I press stop, it should take you to that other stream as well. Should. Pre-Storm Protocol. I did enough to get read, but I didn't really pay attention to the story. I don't think we have finished Pre-Storm Protocol, like the story actually. Okay, yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Again, please leave at least a like or a message in the NTE one, and I will see ya later, hopefully in a minute. See ya, thank you so much, bye bye. Like and subscribe and all that cool YouTube stuff. Wow.